Welcome back once again to my channel, and it's time for what I had promised, a full reading for all those Scorpios out there, a reading which I hadn't been able to do at the beginning of this month since it was a special full blue moon and I had done a general reading for all the zodiacs out there. But I'm back as I promised with this very special exclusive reading only for all the Scorpios out there, and this is going to be a reading which is valid for the upcoming 6 to 7, 8 months. So we're still very much in time for this reading. So without wasting much time, let's just get started quickly. I've already done all I needed to, shuffled my decks and everything, and as always, let me just remind you, this is going to be a general reading, so take it as it resonates for whatever insight you feel might feel relevant for you. You might be guided intuitively to it, and whatever answers or revelations you guided to receive over the upcoming days after this reading, even weeks after this reading. If you're interested in a full personal reading, which I would love to do, you are most welcome to get in touch with me through my email antahsara@gmail.com, and my readings at present are $20, which is very reasonable. I give a full voice reading and I share the clip with you, which is there for you to refer to at any point of time. It stays with you permanently along with the pictures of your readings. So meanwhile, let's get started with this general reading out here. So my first question is going to be, what is it that the Scorpios out there who are guided to this reading need to know at this point of time about what's working for them, what's going to be working for them in the upcoming 6 to 8 months, what's working for them right now, and what are they guided to closely and proactively work with and make full use of, because that is something which is working for them. So let's just ask the Divine Spirit and the light to guide us, the light of unconditional love. What is it that's working for all the Scorpios out there who are guided to this reading, whether it's the people who have a Scorpio sun, or it's people who have a Scorpio rising or a Scorpio moon, however they are guided to this reading. What is working for them right now? What are the energies that are working for them right now and will be favorable for them mostly for the period of the next 6 months or so? And also guide what is not working for them, what is not really favorable for them, what are the things that they need to be wary of, and areas where they need to tread cautiously at this point of time. So thank you for guiding us to receive a couple of cards for each of these answers. All right, so what is it that's working for Scorpios right now and will be working for them in their favor for the upcoming next 6 to 8 months, and what is it that's not really working in their favor, or where areas where they need to tread cautiously in the coming time? All right, so what is it that the Scorpios need to be, what is it that's working for Scorpios right now that's working in their favor, energies which are really favorable and positive for them right now? So I'm going to be picking out this card and a card for what is not really working fully in favor of Scorpios right now, things and areas where they need to be cautious and tread carefully. All right, so this card I'll pick up. Okay, so I'm done with this. I have another deck. As always, I work with multiple decks for these readings, so I'm going to be using another deck. This is my favorite deck, as always, the Psychic Tarot, and I'm going to be asking the same question, asking the Divine Spirit and the unconditional love and light and the guides out there to guide me. What is it that's working in favor of all those Scorpios out there who guided to this reading? What are the energies that they can fully make use of at this time for the highest good? And what is it that's not truly working in their favor very well right now, and things which they need to be careful of, wary of, and areas where they need to tread carefully in the upcoming 6 to 8 months. All right. Okay. So what is it that's working in favor of Scorpios and will be in their favor for the next 6 to 8 months, and what is it that where they need to be treading cautiously, where they need to be wary and a little more careful? So, okay, what is it that's working in favor of Scorpios at this point of time and will be in their favor mostly for the upcoming 6 to 8 months? All right, and I'm guided to pick another card here. So this one. And what is it that the Scorpios need to be careful about for the upcoming 6 to 8 months? Areas where they need to tread cautiously. All right, so this one. Okay, so we are again done with these. Okay, so let me pick up these cards for you and share this guidance to begin with. All right, so this is beautiful. Oh, Scorpios, look at this card. Authority. This is your time to be in authority. You are the king. You are the rulers. You are the CEOs, or as they say, whatever. The people who are top at the top, in charge of all the things. And you are the ones who have to give structure to things, enforce a sense of discipline, bring about the right policies, implement things. You are at the top, the boss of the boss. And this there couldn't have been a better card, a more powerful card to begin this reading with, because as we know, Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States of America, and he happens to be a Scorpio. What a wonderfully reaffirming card. This is your time to be the ruler at the top, to govern, to rule, to set order, to give structure, logic to things, to make sure that things are being implemented right for the highest good of all, to be the fair, right ruler. So this is the kind of energy wherever you're working, in whichever aspect of your life. This is not the time to give away your power to someone. This is the time to be confident in yourself. This card can also come up with people in your life who have this power in your life, like usually a male figure, maybe a father or a husband. And this could also be a reminder that either you would be receiving what I feel receiving their help, or receiving some powerful help from them, and a powerful support from them, or powerful support from authority figures for any kind of work, so to say. And it also is a reminder, if you're a Scorpio, not to give away your power to anyone, because not to allow yourself to be disempowered. So this is some powerful help from the authorities, or it's a kind of good fortune for yourself if you're looking for that next hike or that position of power. So this is a very, very suitable time to be in your power. Let me look at the other card. This is a beautiful reaffirmation of this one for me, because this is the light card. This is the card for the sun, so to say. The sun, which is a ruler of power and prestige and good fortune and fame. They couldn't have been, as I said, better cards to begin this reading with, especially if we just talk about in terms of Joe Biden, who's a Scorpio. His birthday is, I think, on 20th November. So these are powerful cards. Time for authority, time for fame, time for fortune, time for the light shining upon you and allowing you to take your place in the world, or in the context of whatever, how it matters to you. So powerful times, and make sure these are powerful cards. So you, whatever power is in your hand, it needs to be used through the light, never through the darkness, because otherwise it will not really work for your highest good for a long time. It will not. So make sure to use it right and fair. So wonderful cards for all those ambitions out there. Wonderful time to carry them forward. And the final card that I'm going to be wonderful, the Magician. I love it. You have all major arcana cards. You have all the major kinds of cards. These are not small cards. These are major life lessons. It's got to be. This is a time for a major transformation for the Scorpios out there. Major good fortune, major power coming into you, for you, working for you. Make sure to make full use of it. The Magician card is a powerful reminder that you are the magician right now. Fortune, luck, destiny, whatever you call it, is favoring you right now. This might be the result of all that you have sowed in the past many months or years or even lifetime. So you have power right now. You have literally the ability to create magic in whatever aspect of your life. You have all the resources, you have all the tools within you and outside of you. So make sure to use them in a judicious, powerful and empowered right way to create, weave magic, to bring about the fruition of all that you want, the manifestations. There's a time for powerful manifestations. All right, so that's a wonderful thought. Now, so everything there are two sides to the same coin. So what is not really working for you right now, or I would like to really put it this way, what is working lesser in your favor right now, and areas where you might need to tread a little more cautiously, be a little more aware or wary, and not really push your luck too hard. So, all right, as always, I put my cards away. I didn't pull a clarifier for these, but for me this is a powerful card again. The crown chakra. The crown chakra, it's all about your connection with the divine. So make sure, what I powerfully feel is, make sure, and especially if I combine it with the authority card, so just make sure that you do not allow that sense of power and fame, or you know, that sense of good fortune and all that power and authority to go to your head. Make sure that this is an area you're not neglecting. Stay connected. Always remember that whatever power you might have, whatever authority, it is not higher than the divine authority. Do not allow it to go to your head. Always know that the highest power is the power that comes from above. Allow that to guide you. Never neglect that power in your life. So this is about connection. This is about your crown chakra. This is about connection with spirit, about connection with your higher self. So make sure that you're not neglecting this aspect of you, because there might be a tendency to do so. So make sure that you're treading cautiously here, not taking that area for granted, not allowing that part of you to go into darkness or be ignored or dismissed, so to say. You also have the release card, which is a powerful card. It is also traditionally the death card. Now this is a time for major transformation. This card does not always have negative connotations. It means, again, as I just said, a time for powerful transformation. Again, this is a major arcana card, which means this is about not just about a small event or small events. This is about major, maybe lifelong lessons, lessons which are part of your soul journey and which will repeat unless you transcend them, unless you learn them, unless, no matter how unpleasant or how uncomfortable or how hard it is. So there is some part of your life, this tells me, which you will need to release or let go of or allow to be shed. Maybe that's a false sense of identity, or a false sense of prestige, or a sense of false succor, or a false sense of, what should I call it, comfort or security from a relationship which is not really there. Whatever is not for your highest good. Relationships with a weak foundation, where the foundation is not really one of unconditional love, or anything that is false, which is not real, which is not authentic. This is a card which is a powerful reminder that transformation is happening. A lot of things will be shed, false identity, false structures, as we already see happening around the world. So if I were to talk about what's happening in the world, and especially what happened in 2020, this would be one of the cards to define it. Shedding away. So this is one card that will define what's happened. Shedding away, powerful breaking away of things no longer how they used to be, because they were not working for the highest good. They needed to be changed. This is the kind of reform and reformation that's happening in your life. Do not cling to what's not working. Now be aware what part of your life this is guiding you to. Is it a relationship? Is it a job? Is it a way of being? Is it a habit pattern? It is a way of thinking. Is it a way of relating to other people or relating to your own self? Is it clinging to your shadow side or things which are not right for you? They're not right for you. Allow them to be powerfully shed away. Do not stop this process. Allow it to happen. It can be difficult at times, but this leads to way better things than you can ever imagine. So allow this process to happen. And the crown chakra one I already explained to you. So those were the cards for this reading. I will use this for once again now to guide you for any special message out there for the Scorpios, and what an energy which they are being guided to embrace at this point of time, an energy or an attitude which they are being guided to embrace at this point of time. So thank you, Divine Spirit, through unconditional love and light, for guiding the Scorpios out there who guided through this reading, about what energy, what way of being, or what action is it that they can embrace at this point of time. What is it that they can powerfully embrace at this point of time for their highest good and deepest well-being, in order to truly feel empowered and to feel centered in faith and not fear. So what is an action or energy that they can truly make use of at this point of time? One way of being that they can truly powerfully, that you would wish for them to embrace at this point of time. So let's get one powerful card for that. Okay, one powerful way of being or energy that this Divine Spirit is guiding all the Scorpios out there to this reading. One way of being that they are being guided to embrace one energy or mode of action or behavior that they are being powerfully guided to fully embrace for the highest good at this point of time, especially in relations with the previous cards that they just got, in order to allow what's happening right for them to powerfully happen, and to allow what is not working for them to be fully and easily, smoothly be shed away. So one powerful way of being. All right, this one, wonderful. Again, firm foundation. See, so again, as I said, the release card or the death card which you just got is about releasing, shedding false foundations, false sense of beings or identities, things which are not rooted in solidity. Allow them to be shed. So this is again a message for you. Allow whatever is moving away from you or shedding away. If relationships are moving away or they are dying a natural death, people who are not right for you, if you're moving away, do not cling. Allow everything. If a job or whatever it is, whatever is not right for you, allow for that, because solid foundations will come in only after the false foundations are released. And also allow yourself to, what if you're embracing new things, new relationships, new ways of being, new jobs, new careers, new ways of leading a life, do so from the point of centeredness. Make sure that the new things which you're inviting into your life or the ways of being are such which are not temporary, which are not a quick, based on an impulse. These are things which you are truly guided through by your heart, things which you know will be sustainable in your life and make it better in every way, allow you to be more and more rooted in your authentic self, allow you to be more rooted in the way that God has made you, allowing you to be more aligned with your soul, with your life purpose, that you are meant, the way you are meant to lead this life. That can be different for any of you, that can be different for all of us, but whatever is your soul purpose, whatever fires your soul and sparks it, make sure that this foundation, whether it's relationship, job, career, way of being, place of residence, whatever this is, it is solid. No longer time for temporary things or that kind of unsteady foundational stuff. So this is the time for solid foundations. Embrace it, and when they're happening by themselves, allow it. So this is guidance for you. I think powerful guidance out there. So with that, I think I'm done with the tarot, and it's time to move now to oracle guidance. So let's receive some powerful oracle guidance for you, and let me ask the angels and ancestors and spirit guides out there guiding this reading for all the Scorpios out there to guide a message for them, guide a message for you people, a message, a powerful overall general message which they would like Scorpios guided to this reading to receive. So I'm going to be putting out a couple of messages. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for guiding a couple of messages for Scorpios out there who are guided to this reading. Thank you, Divine Angelic and Spirit Guides and Ancestral Guides, for allowing powerful messages that you think Scorpios need to receive at this point of time for the highest good and deepest well-being, highest words of wisdom, highest insights for their highest good. All right. So all right, thank you for guiding me to card, a message which the Scorpios out there, which will really resonate for them and which will be truly insightful for them at this point of time, and which divine spirits and the ancestral spirit and angelic guides wish for them to receive at this point of time. I'm guided to this card, and let me pull out another. So this one, I think. All right. Okay, wonderful. Fire Guardian, it says ignite your passion. See, all the cards one after the other, as always I say, they make sense. This is not the time to stay in the shadows, stay in the background. This is the time for you to come forward and shine your light. Ignite your passions, however way it is, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, professionally. This is your time. Allow all that you're passionate about, all that sparks your soul, as I just said, to come and move through you without inhibiting it, without restricting it, without repressing or suppressing it, or without allowing others to do so. Whatever is your light, your genuine light, allow it to shine wherever this refers to, especially this is about aspects of your life where you know you've been feeling, because Scorpios are very intuitive, aspects of your life where you know you've been feeling kind of repressed and where you've not been feeling fully your whole self. So make sure with all that deep searching which goes on within a Scorpio, all that, you know what this is referring to, the deepest parts of you which need to come out. Allow them to come out, whether it's talents, whether it's true persona, whatever it is, allow these to come out. Be your authentic self, your true self. Don't live in a shadow way. Don't allow authentic or a fake self to be the one that you present to the world, or for the sake of those you love. Allow your authentic self to shine. See, seer, see, beautiful card, seer, the seer card. It says, see beyond the current situation. So I feel this is especially for some of you who might be in a certain situation where you are trying to make some decisions, or you're trying to gain clarity. You might be part of something already, or something will come up when you're not really sure, because you don't have a full perspective, you don't have a complete clear picture of all that is part of it. So it's difficult for you to know what will happen and how you should go ahead with a certain decision, or what to make of a certain thing. So it says, when you're guided to make decisions like this, do always try to go within and seek answers or solutions from the higher perspective. So if there's something especially which is bothering you right now, you feel something is not working in your favor, so look beyond just the present reality of that situation. Look beyond just what you think is happening, because there is much more beyond what you can just see, so to say, the tip of the iceberg. There's much more, and that will be revealed in time. So allow that to be revealed, allow that to come up. This does not mean that you have to indulge in sneaky behavior or all that investigation, unless that's in the right way, because Scorpios can sometimes do that. Their curiosity and the need to know can get the better of them, and not all practices are always right or fair practices. So make sure if you are doing this kind of finding or searching, make sure it's always ethical. One way to ensure this is always, as long as it's with your own self, there is no limit to how deep you can go. There are no ethics. You can go deep as you want. When it involves other people, make sure it's the right practices, it's fair means, ethical means. So this is whatever it is, it's see beyond the current situation, because if this is a certain situation, not everything is known to you right now, and not everything which you see right now is the whole truth of it. So the other aspects, the deeper truth will be revealed. The truth might not always be what you think it is, or what's exposed in front of you right now. There might be way more to the truth. So allow this to happen. So okay, so these two were your guidances, the fire guardian and the seer, one who sees beyond everything, who sees beyond the superficial. Again, this is to do with solidity. See beyond the superficial. All right, so this was about your angelic guidance and ancestral guidance, which flows in from the highest ancestral spirits. And now I am guided to pull a card for healing. Now healing is one thing, because Scorpios can go really deep, and if they suffer from something, they can allow it to linger for too long, because although they have the willpower to allow it to dissolve and to come up, to push through it, should they allow their willpower to work. At times, if they go deep into an unhealed pattern, it can be deeper than for a lot of other zodiacs. So they can be extremes with Scorpios. So what is it? I'm going to be asking the divine spirit and the beautiful, powerful guides from the light and unconditional love who are guiding this reading to guide me to two cards which are powerful healing patterns which are coming up for the Scorpios right now and in the upcoming 6 to 8 months. Patterns which they need to be aware of, patterns which they are being guided to heal, or they are being allowed a chance to heal forever. So such powerful healing patterns which are coming up for them, for their attention, and which they are being guided to heal completely. So what parts of them? So thank you, divine spirit, for guiding me to what is it that the Scorpios are being powerfully, majorly guided to heal and release at this point of time and in the period of the coming 6 to 8 months. So all right, so What is it that the Scorpios out there guided to this reading are being allowed to heal? What are the powerful healing patterns that are coming up for them? Okay, this one. And what is it that they're being guided to heal? And what is it that they are being allowed to heal in major ways? Major healing patterns coming up for Scorpios. Right. All right. This one, I think. Yes. Okay. Family and tribe and inner child. For me, see, family and tribe. Family and tribe and inner child. So for me, as I said, these are I feel in a powerful way, this card is about especially for those of you who have had unhealed patterns in your life coming from family. Maybe, you know, coming from childhood, you've had an unhealed childhood in some way. This might not always mean an unusual childhood. On the surface it could have been happy, but because you guys are so deep and you need much more, or because you know, sometimes the things which seem happy might not always be happy. There are deeper needs. Maybe your emotional needs have been unmet. Maybe you're carrying an unhealed part of your childhood from this life or from another lifetime, and you're being guided to heal that, because this is an aspect, unless it's healed and cleared away, it will affect you, it will hold you back, and it will not truly allow you to be as empowered as you deserve to be and as you wish to be and as it's your divine right to be. So I feel this is connected, inner child and family and tribe. So in some cases this could have been, you know, kind of the black sheep of the family, kind of have been, maybe it could be about, you know, an unhealed pattern coming from your family, an ancestral unhealed pattern which you are being guided to release through you, so that the healing can flow to all of your family and ancestors. Something, definitely an unhealed pattern, a shadow pattern, or closets in skeletons in the closet to do with the family. Something is there which you're being guided to release, or maybe some darker secrets of the family which you hold with pain inside you, but now it's time to let go of that. You are not to be living anymore in guilt or shame or repressing yourself. Allow that, as all with the other patterns of your cards, allow the authentic self, your power to come and shine out. Not the kind for superficialities, not the time for hiding, not the kind for repression. This is the time for allowing your inner child to be fully healed. Send love, unconditional love and forgiveness to your inner child, to any part of you which you have held in shame or guilt. Allow yourself to be the first recipient of your love and forgiveness, unconditional acceptance. Allow this inner child to be healed no matter what you've gone through. It could have been abusive family pattern also. Maybe you underwent some abuse as a child, or some kind of abusive family situations. Your power was taken away, or maybe some narcissistic, parental abuse. Whatever it could have been, you are being guided to heal. Some patterns are being healed, or there also might be situations where things might be coming up on their own to be healing, allowing you a chance to speak up, allowing you to detach, or allowing you to take the right actions which you wanted to for long, or stimulating you to take the right actions which you have been, kind of wary of taking. So some powerful healing around family, around lineage, around family patterns, around relationships to do with the family, around family habits, family ways of being. Again, allow whatever is superficial and toxic and not for your highest good to detach from you, break away. Allow your inner child to be healed. Allow yourself to be authentic in family situations. Make sure you're not being disempowered. This is the time, as also the Emperor card suggested, to take your power back. If you have given away your power in any kind of disempowering family situations, knowingly or unknowingly, willingly, unwillingly, allow call back your power. And this does not always mean that you need to be unfair, or you need to be, you need to bully other people. This is just about being strong enough through love and taking your power back, claiming it back, because you don't owe anyone your happiness. Your happiness is for you, and if others who are meant to be a part of your happiness in genuine ways will flow smoothly into it. There is never any expectation by the divine from any of us to give happiness to anyone in a way which burdens our own soul. There never is, and I cannot stress this enough. Doing this is one of the most conditioned ways, one of the biggest conditionings that is toxic for humankind, human race, and especially in specific cultures. And anything which burdens your soul in the name of giving happiness to others, be it, you know, your family members or friends or whatever, and it burdens your soul, it, you know, makes you feel exhausted, it makes you feel unmotivated, it makes you feel, you know, filled with fear, it deprives you of a sense of wholeness and joy, anything, it is a lesson for you that you are meant to learn from. It's telling you that you're allowing this to happen. It's always a, you know, lesson for you to take the right steps, that if you have to take steps towards that which makes you be filled with that love, with the joy of living, joy of being, your relationships, whatever it is, your family, it's meant to be a source of power and security, holding space for you, and nothing less than that. So if that's not happening, and if you have a lot of karmic ties are the ones where it's usually unpleasant, and there is toxic relationships because it's karmically involved, you being guided to heal those or let go of those. This is the time when you will be allowed to release a lot of things which are not right for you in terms of families. So this is, I think, powerful cards. I love this healing deck. It's got really powerful healing guidance always. And okay, I now have coming to the end of the reading, I have, again, I'm going to be using, like I used the last time, the romance angels deck. This could be used by any of you who are already into relationships, or already married, or for those of you who are still looking for love, for your true love. So this is, I'm going to be pulling out a couple of cards, and if it resonates for any of you, go ahead, great, take the guidance. So any true guidance from the higher spirit, from the divine spirit, for the Scorpios out there in terms of their love life, in terms of romance, in terms of their soulmates, if they're seeking for one, if they're looking for one. So what is the advice in the romance section that's coming up for Scorpios? What is powerful advice? What is the advice that divine spirit thinks a lot of Scorpios who guided through this reading might need to hear, which will help them in this aspect of their life for the coming 6 to 8 months. All right, okay, I'll use this, and I will use another card. Advice for love and relationships and soulmates for the Scorpios out there who guided to this reading. All right, let me pull this one out, and also this one out. Okay, so one already came out. Okay, so this is the time for, okay, some good and some bad. So it's like duality. Some, again, I will refer to the renewal card or the death card. This is a time of coming together of what is right, what is solid, and breaking apart of whatever is not solid, whatever is not for your highest good. And we just spoke about family patterns and relationships. It's a time for healing. It's a time for letting go of what is not for your highest good. And we have a card of separation here. See, for whoever this refers to, you would immediately know. So this is a reaffirmation from spirit that yes, it is the time. If some of you have been in relationships or in marriages which are bad marriages, where you've lost your happiness, you've lost your soul, so to say, this is time. You know, codependent relationships where two people are not really empowering each other. This is time, yes, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. This is not always about permanent separation. This could also be about taking the right breaks, you know, taking your own space, or you know, allowing yourself to have a different space for a while of time. That space could be physical, it could also be mental, whatever is right in your case, but allowing time. Sometimes, you know, too much of togetherness can be clingy. It can lead to too much of energy mingling. It can, sometimes it's not always right. So space apart can be very, very healing. It can allow the guidance from spirit to flow through you in silence, give you higher perspectives in such major ways when, you know, constantly clashing your energies together might not, you know, allow that to happen. And it can often, you know, allow you to move into a new, more higher phase of your relationship, if that's right. Or it can allow you to know for sure that this is not right for you, and through that faith and through that place of calm and peace and knowing rather than fear, it can allow you to be ready to separate your ways. So this is the kind of guidance And the other card, as I said, what it's about moving away. So this can be temporary or permanent, as I said. So this can be guidance. And other card is honeymoon. So this could be not literal honeymoon as in going away somewhere. This can also be, it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. It's also guidance that it could be time, you know, to take a break together, go off on a vacation together. And especially I would say if someone is going through this temporary separation, and if you come back together in a more renewed and powerful way together, this is what you can do next, you know, take a vacation together, travel together, and you know, and just allow, after that break, just enjoy this togetherness. And you know, and I get a sense that this could be, yes, so it could be travel also over water, or it could be travel anywhere near nature. And you know, so this is water, I feel, will be very soothing for you at this point of time. So a place of travel, even if it's local, somewhere by the water, you might already have been guided to it, or in the coming time. So river, water, that can be powerfully healing together, spending time by the water. And also this is another card which showed up, getting to know each other. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So again, this is about showing your deepest side to each other. Superficialities are not going to work. So if you've been in relationships where you've been trying to make it work for a long time, and you've been keeping secrets, Scorpios can also be secretive, where you or the other person have been keeping secrets for each other, not really revealing your true selves. This is not the time. A bond can only deepen when you truly allow your deepest part and vulnerabilities to be shared. This is that time, of course, to only do it when your soul guides you to, with the right person, not with the wrong person. You will already be aware. I don't need to say if this what person this is speaking about, if this is relevant for your case. So allow your true self to be revealed, both of you, and allow, and this could even be for, you know, usually it's for a romantic self, but it could also be for other people who are part of, you know, your like soul relationships, maybe even in family or friends. Allow deeper, you know, allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow your deeper parts to be shared with each other for a more harmonious, deeper bond. So this is the message. And finally, I have just one final oracle deck to use, and that's going to be this one. This is the gods and goddesses, the Hindu mythology, and I have this out for a very special reason, because I know it's going to be Diwali in the coming 4 or 5 days over this weekend on the 14th of November, and that's why I was guided to this, to allow a powerful message from the gods and goddesses. Now the gods and goddesses, as we know, it's all one, it's all oneness. The energy, the cosmic energy, there is oneness, there is no duality, there is no separation. These gods and goddesses, however, in not just Hindu but in any culture, in any religion, they're just an expression of the divine, just ways in which we feel guided to connect, depending on which faith we've been born in. So for me, any form of the gods and goddess, whether you know, it's a Hindu god or a Buddhist god, it's just a form, it's a manifestation, a powerful manifestation which guides our soul to a certain kind of connection which resonates with us. That's all. In the end, it's all equal. They are just manifestations of the same one divine cosmic energy, which is unbroken and which doesn't have a beginning or an end. So all right, so moving away from that philosophy, let me ask the divine spirit and beautiful gods and goddesses and the beautiful energy guiding this deck to allow a couple of cards to come out for the Scorpios. What energy, what divine energy, what spiritual energy is guiding them, or are they being guided to embrace, or they're receiving, okay, this one fell out, they're receiving blessing from at this point of time. So 2 fell out. I'm going to be using these. All right, now, okay, don't be scared, Scorpios. I know Scorpios are not scared. They are not scared, really. If anything, they like to go as deep as possible into the deepest, darkest subjects. So this is for you right there. Yama. This is the Hindu mythological god of death. Now, before any of you get scared, just go back to a few minutes earlier in the reading, and what did we get? The death card, or the release card, which I've already spoken about. You being guided to powerfully allow certain things to die a death which are no longer part of you, ways of being or things in your life or structures in your life. This is, I would take that as an affirmation, a powerful affirmation. This card, I would take it as new beginnings, allowing the old, because 2020 has already been about this card, allowing so many things to powerfully die away. We know it can be a very unpleasant work, extremely challenging, disturbing, especially for those who are scared of this, not used to this. But for those who allow it to happen, for those who are not really scared, for those who know they will be guided, who are ready and prepared for it, this can be one of the most powerfully transformational, healing, empowering process of a lifetime. So this is the kind of energy which is guiding you, and you being guided to embrace. So you can use this energy also in your rituals, if any of you do any rituals of this kind, to ask the divine to give you the strength and the grace and the protection to hold space of you, to allow whatever is being shed away, to allow that to happen powerfully without fear. So receive this guidance. It says, salutations to you, Yama, the Lord of Death, the Punisher who comes in the form of time. Salutations to the God of the law and the ultimate destroyer of all beings. The blessings from this card is knowledge of the law. So some legal things might be coming up, so be aware about that. And the fair sense, the fair thing will always win. If you're on the fair side, the right side, you have the highest chances that you will be supported. It's also something which supports righteousness in action. So again, I will link it to the authority or the ruler card, which came in the beginning. So always remember that authority or law used unjustly, unfairly is setting up the process of your own death ultimately, because there's the karmic law above all, the karmic eye, the God's eye, or the universal eye, universal justice, which is above any other system of justice of power on earth. So make sure you are wary of that, as I already said in this reading early on. Righteousness in action, make sure, because you will be judged. And overcoming the fear of death. This is also about separation. If you just think you're a physical body, this is your time to let go of that concept or that deep-rooted thing. You are not just a physical body, you are spirit, you're a part of spirit itself. Make sure you imbibe that knowing deeply, if you haven't already done so, into your life. It's being powerfully reinforced. And finally, steadfastness in the face of judgment. Stand courageously if you face any situation where you think you're being judged, or where things might not go your way. Just know that whatever is right is happening, and it will be for your highest good. So that's the card, and you can meditate on this energy for more. And the other card you have is Narad Muni card. So this is the card which Narad is a character, interesting character. Typically, if some of you don't know in Indian mythology, who he's a divine figure, but he takes tales from here to there, speaking about people, also sometimes behind their back, so in a humorous way. So anyway, but again, it's all a cosmic play, divine play happening, kind of. It says, I offer salutations to Narad. He is a sage, after all. Narad, the sage of the gods, the son of Brahma. The Brahma is the ultimate creator, just like Shiva is the destroyer. So Brahma, he rejoices in playing the veena, which is a musical instrument which accompanies his constant singing of God's name. And Narad is known to be taking the God's name at all times, wherever, in all his cosmic travels. And the blessings of this are, so for some of you, especially if this is for people, if you play an instrument, if you're guided towards music, or if you sing, so those kinds of, this is blessings for you. It says blessings are musical abilities. So this is time to hone that that passion or that skill, or blessings from wherever coming in this aspect, and to connect with that, because that's a part of you. Knowledge of Vedic literature, that's another. Mastery of bhakti or devotional or yoga. So bhakti yoga is the way of, in Hinduism we have various ways of reaching the divine. So this is not just Hinduism, this is for anyone to whom it appeals to. Like, I take so much that resonates to me from any religion. So bhakti marg is the marg which is the path of surrender to God. So it's not the part of jnana, or through or as we say, through where's the ways to go to the God, like even through yoga. What kind of yoga? So this is kind of bhakti, is where you just surrender, where you're not thinking, where you surrender the idea that you are the doer. And it's like devotion, just like singing hymns and merging with the joy and the pure love of being in the presence of that energy. So that is bhakti, surrendering, not questioning, just surrendered in that pure love which flows from. So that's the kind of energy which is being fostered by this. And attachment, so mantras, or if that will be truly beneficial for you, you know. And attachment to the singing of God's name. So if some of you are already guided to do this, great, this is an affirmation. And so these are the energies which you are being guided to, the Lord's name, whatever name you take. So these are the powerful. And Yama, once again, my final reminder, this is also not just about releasing death or what is not right. This is also about for you to be grounded in right action and fairness. This might be very difficult. As they say, it's like almost walking on needles. Sometimes it can be that, trying to take the right action or to make the right judgment or to give the right decision, especially if you're someone dealing with a legal aspect. It might be painful, you might be challenged, but stick to that which is right and fair, especially this time, and definitely at all times, but this time especially you are being guided powerfully to make sure. So well, these are all the readings I have for now for all the Scorpios out there, I'm sure, and I hope you all found something or the other that resonated with you, that made sense to you. If not now, it will definitely, if it's meant for you, make sense to you. You've slept a night or two, or a couple of weeks, or maybe months down the line, especially within this period, next 6 to 8 months. So I hope you all make truly good, fair and judicious use of all this guidance for highest good and the highest good of all those who are part of your life. And with that, I will bring this reading to an end, and I will see you once again in a few more days, hopefully with another new interesting reading, and definitely for a new reading all for Sagittarius in the next month of December. Till then, take care and have a great time wherever you are. And to all those celebrating Diwali, happy Diwali in advance. Have a beautiful and most auspicious one. Take care. Bye bye for now.